we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on the Hobbs Farm. And boy, it's been a few days since we played on the Hobbs Farm here. Obviously, like I mentioned in the Sandy Bay videos there, I've been sick here the last couple of days. I did do one high-speed video there. We harvested sunflowers on field 11. And we currently have Courseplay working on getting that field plowed up. And anyway, this episode, we hopefully have a lot going on. For starters, like I just mentioned, we have Courseplay over there plowing that field. Also got a tractor and cultivator lined up ready to go once we get enough plowed. And looks like it's out of view here, but we got the combine way off in the distance there. Like I said, looks like it's out of view now. Harvesting soybeans. And then we're going to be setting up a Courseplay course here, so let's get that going here in a moment. Overload course, of course, here. So we got it set on overload mode. We'll start a course recording. Okay, that should be pretty good. Set a waiting point. And stop. And we'll save that. This is field 2. And he should be good to go. And then we'll do the same thing for the truck here. We'll get the truck course set up. Start course recording. This should be a nice and easy course here. The unload spot's like right in front of us. And then we'll just make a nice loop here and go back to the field. Okay, there we go, and we'll save that. And tell him to drive the course. He should be good to go. And like I said, oh, combine actually turned around. Oh, and we're going to be unloaded as well. Okay. So yes, like I said, soybeans on this field here, both 2 and part of 3. Or actually, no, part of 2. So part of 2 has the soybeans in all of 3. The rest of 2 here is the grass field. Hopefully we're going to be getting to that here in a couple moments as well. And we got the John Deere 8370 here. This is the noisy tractor. Plowing here with the John Deere Ripper. And then we got the 9560. Sitting over here with the... Whoa, that's a weird... not sure what happened to the texture there. That's weird. Yeah, the 9560. Yeah, it was like fine a few moments ago when we first tabbed into it, but not sure what happened now. Anyway, got that with the Coon Cross cultivator here waiting to go. And then we also have a biogas bunker. And this biogas bunker here is relatively full. What do we have? Just under 2 million. Almost 2,100,000 in the bunker here at the moment. Fully compacted, waiting to be blanketed. So we're going to do that here in a moment. And we do have a little bit in this, what do we got down here? Almost 200,000. Yeah, pretty much put the remaining chaff down in bunker 2 here. At least what I call bunker 2 anyway. You can see we got it pretty nice and full here. Probably could get it a little bit better up front here, but this is pretty good. And again, this is all Courseplay's work. 99% of it anyway. The only thing I did was clean up the end here. And then, of course, when I cleaned up the end, I had to go back and forth across the top here a couple more times. Just finish compacting it. It was 100% compacted. But then, of course, when I go mess with it, you know, clean up this bit here and push some of it back up here, then the compaction went down a little bit. Other than that, this is pretty much 99% all Courseplay's work. I did not have to do anything as far as, you know, getting this perfectly level up here. I guess it's not quite perfectly. There's a little bit there we could put in. Probably a little bit all the way along here. Looks like we could fill in if you wanted to. This side is definitely full. Don't see any spillage, at least on the ends anyway. There isn't. Or is, but nothing along the rest of the way. So let's blanket this, and it should be ready to go here in a little bit. Interesting. Apparently you get stuck in it when you do that. Oh, well. Yes, we'll have a silo that needs to be sold here in a little bit. Okay, and apparently I did not put that in a group. So anyway, off screen I went ahead and bought a Krone Big M mower. I was debating on how we wanted to mow this field. And it's like, well, we might as well just go for the big mower. No sense trying, smaller mowers or anything like that. We'll just go for the big mower. So we got a Krone Big M up here. I did buy this off screen. And drove it up here. So anyway, let's get started mowing here. And this is all the equipment I've gotten for mowing so far. So we'll have to get some more equipment here yet as well. Probably some balers, wrappers, loading wagons. I'm not entirely sure yet. It shouldn't take us too long to mow the grass here. We don't have that much of the field here planted. I mean, it's still, a large field for grass, but we didn't at least plant the entire field in grass. That would probably been way overkill. Oh, and that must be an autosave. Those autosaves tend to be a little worrying at times. Like, I'll say the game locks up. It's like, oh, crap. Nope, that was just an autosave. And yeah, something with this map. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the equipment we have on it. Or the map itself. It seems like the autosave's just a little bit longer than most normal maps seem to be. Like I said, it might just be the equipment we have on it as well. And then I didn't look when we finished the sunflowers, but how much do we have in storage? 114,000 sunflowers. So actually not that much for sunflowers, really. We probably should actually work on getting those sold. 2,657 versus 2,664. The transport company, so just a little bit more there. Oh, actually a lot more at the Wolf Inc. 2,855. Okay. So we should probably get some selling going on here. We really only have the one truck at the moment, though. So maybe we'll have to look at this after this harvest. Maybe purchasing another truck and trailer. We should definitely be able to afford it after the soybeans are done being harvested here. Oh, what is the soybean price at? Oh, 3,204. And this should be normal mode, by the way, for those of you wondering on the prices. I don't know why the prices on this map are so high. Must be just the way the mod author made it. I'm not going to complain too much, though. It is going to give us a kind of a nice way of upgrading quickly. It's going to take too long to get the large equipment. Which, I mean, we already have some already, but... And then, of course, we're going to need some of this grass here for the cows and some of the grass for the sheep. We'll probably get the sheep going right away there. We'll get them on the grass because they are... Actually, they must be out, I'm assuming. Yes, the sheep are out. Poor sheep. Productivity there at 10%. Of course, the cows are, not much better either. We'll have to get some straw as well, won't we? We do not have anything planted that will give us straw. Okay. Make note, wheat or barley next time around, at least on one of the fields anyway. Which reminds me, what shall we do with fields 4 and 14 down here? I'll have to see once. Hey, we can do some different crop on those fields, and we can chop that as well. Maybe like some wheat, barley, something along those lines. And we can chop that. And speaking of chopping as well, At least a single player. I haven't really gotten into it yet, but I do want to give it a try. Actually, headers. Should definitely try out some the chopping here with the trees. Definitely want to give that a try. Like I said, I haven't done that single player yet. We'll probably have to get a tree planter there and buy a pallet of saplings, plant those on one of the fields. And then I'm pretty sure the New Holland header there will go on the John Deere. At least it should anyway. Hopefully it mates up without too many issues. I know sometimes between mods versus the in-game, sometimes the headers don't always line up properly. Not that they don't work, it's just the alignment. Sometimes looks a little bit funny, or sometimes it won't be low enough, or it'll be too high. Or it'll be too low, or something like that. And we'll read some comments here a moment. Tom was saying, per the Wikipedia Facebook, or not Facebook, the Wikipedia page for Big Bud, the 747 has 760 horsepower, was then increased to 860, and then finally 960. He says, my issue is the Big Bud 747 was a one-of-a-kind tractor, custom-made for the original owner. Highly doubt that Giants will restrict the number of 747s that you can buy. No, probably not. And yes, like what he was saying there, the Big Bud 747, at least to my knowledge as well, there's only one Big Bud 747. And again, I think when people think of Big Bud, that is probably the tractor they're most familiar with, the Big Bud 747. Night Wolf was saying the 747 has 1,100 horsepower, which is what I thought as well. I thought it was 1,100 horsepower. And then he says the 450 is 500 horsepower. That's the Big Bud 450. Like I said, with Big Bud, just like any other tractor company, there was a whole series of Big Bud tractors, so it's not just the 747. There was quite a few other sizes as well. Right off the top of my head, I don't know what the sizes and numbers are, but as far as I know, they were all big articulated tractors. I don't think the Big Bud made any smaller non-articulated tractors to my knowledge. Nightwolf was also saying Wood Meadow has forestry, maple syrup production, and orchard production, as well as pigs, sheep, and cows. Also a lumber mill as well. Might be a good choice there for the multiplayer map, maybe. Like I mentioned, for multiplayer, maybe we'll look at doing a forestry map possibly as well. We'll have to see once. Maybe break out some more of FDR's equipment there. I know he's been updating it quite a bit lately. Made quite a few changes to his equipment for those of you who have not seen it. American Farmer was saying, like your videos, keep up the good work, and you got me with a new DLC. Yes, for those of you who have not, maybe if I haven't made this real clear yet, the video I released there on April 1st was an April Fool's video. There's no John Deere DLC. At least not yet, anyway. And somehow, at least I doubt for 2017 there will be. I guess you never know in the future, but okay, looks like another 2 rounds here, and we'll probably have this grass almost completely mowed. And I haven't seen anything from our course play drivers yet, so I'm assuming everybody's playing nice over there and over here as well. Speaking of playing nice, we can probably hire the 9560, which is still messed up. Not sure what happened there. And we'll just hire the worker there. Okay. And what do we have for planting this field in? Or what should we plant it in, I guess I should say. Put the duals back on this tractor here. There we go. Okay, much better. At least in my opinion, anyway. I know it seems like that sparks a pretty hot debate at times. Duals versus no duals. Obviously, in case you're wondering my preference, do I need to elaborate any further? I think there's a planter in here somewhere. Yep, I believe it's in here. The only thing I don't particularly like about this particular 8530, it gets really, really dirty. I mean, really dirty. Don't particularly like that myself. Just looks a little bit excessive in my opinion, but oh well. Okay, so let's make sure we set this to wheat. Or to barley. Wheat or barley? We'll do wheat. That'll work. And I don't think they'll interfere with each other if we hire this worker right away here. The cultivator there is quite a bit bigger than the sower. Speaking of sower here, I do want to upgrade this at some point. Priority, though, is going to be getting the grass, mixed rations, and everything for the cows and sheep. So once we have that equipment, then we'll look again at upgrading the farming equipment here. Okay, and again, I didn't put that mower in a group yet, did I? Let's fix that right away here. What group shall we put this in? How about group 7, I guess? Kind of the miscellaneous harvesting, mowing, chopping category, I guess. Jackson was saying, I like your videos. This was a great one. Thank you very much for that. And like I was saying as well, if my voice still sounds a little bit funny yet, still dealing with a head cold, getting over that. RV Jim was saying, thanks for all the videos. Question about silage. When I fill a bunker full and level, it takes forever to get 100% compacted. Yes, it does. Is there a compaction technique that works best, fastest? He says, my current method is to compact it with a tractor and trailer full, then dump evenly in the bunker. This keeps the compaction at a high percent during the process. About the best thing I can suggest is use a heavy tractor. And at least in-game tractor-wise, that's going to be your articulated tractors, if I can speak anyway. So typically compacting with your articulated tractors, that will give you the best compaction rate. Also, of course, in my case, like I said, I'm using course play. So if you're using course play, it pretty much keeps it well compacted, and you don't really have to worry about the compaction as much. In fact, when course play was done with that bunker, I could have walked up to it, hit the blanket command, and I would have been done. The only difference was, obviously, like I mentioned, I went and cleaned up the mess course play kind of left outside the bunker there. James was saying, can you put different types of duals on the John Deere? Don't usually see those type of duals in the UK. And he's talking about the John Deere 8530, which we just put the duals on, by the way. And those, I'm assuming, are the duals he is talking about. And I'm actually not sure on that. We can actually check that here a moment, I guess. Of course, the duals that you see on it now are typically what you'd see where I live. Row crop duals like that. The wheel setup. Nope, it is, they call it USA duals here. I believe the more technical would be a row crop style dual, but I guess a US style dual works as well. On YouTube, the same cool video. John was saying, take a look at the American Outback map on Mod Hub. I'll have to maybe check that one out. A lot of people suggesting that one as well. And I have not looked at that map yet myself. I'm assuming, is it similar to Farming Simulator 15, American Outback? Like I said, I haven't looked at it yet myself, but... Amazing Run was asking, I know I've asked this before, but can we get the mods on the console and join the server? No, you cannot. And again, there seems to be some conflicting reports about that as well. The reason you're not going to be able to join my server is because you're not going to be able to get the mods. Most of the mods we have on here are probably not available on the console. But apparently, from what I've been told, you can join a multiplayer game or a dedicated server from a console. I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not. Like I said, I'm getting some conflicting reports on that. But, yeah, you definitely cannot join my multiplayer server, unfortunately. Like I said, you will not be able to download the mods. And actually, you know what? I'm going to park this in the other building here. Okay, there we go. And let's just take a quick tab through, make sure everybody else is doing okay. You are still plowing yet. You are not unloading. Okay. Why would you not be unloading, I wonder? Pipe appears to be over it. Oh, pipe was too low. Okay. Resave that pipe position there. Okay, guess we click on it and it saves it. Doesn't really indicate, but I probably should update my course play version again. I'm sure it's quite a bit out of date. If it'll stay here. I think it will. Yes, looks like it will. Okay, you're still planting. You are cultivating yet. You are just sitting here doing nothing. Good. We'll take this tractor then. This is the tractor, by the way, I'm using for leveling. And we'll pick up a... Probably start with a forage wagon, like I said. We're not going to be able to do mixed rations right away anyway, so maybe we'll start with a forage wagon. We can just get the cows some grass as well. Cole was saying, do you know the Rio, Oklahoma map is supposed to be coming out? Yes, I have heard that. I haven't heard anything lately about it, but I have heard it is supposed to be coming out. John was saying your April Fool's video was great. Wish it were true. One can never have enough green deers roaming around the farm. And by the way, for the April Fool's video, for those of you wondering, all the little video highlights I did in that video, all that equipment is available. So it's not that you can't get the equipment. You can absolutely get it. And again, like I said, it is available in the mod list. So make sure you just check out the mod list there. Again, it was the 9560, actually the 9R, the 8R, the 7R. What did I have? The 5085, had the planters, and was it the cultivator? Yeah, I think it was the 2410 cultivator. And I don't remember which ripper again. I had one of the rippers, so there's the 2410 cultivator there. And the 27, I think I actually had the 26 or 2730. I believe that's the one I was using there. So like I said, all that equipment is available. Just need to go look in the mod list and download it. So if you do want that equipment, like I said, it is available. Not like it's a complete trick that you can't have it or anything like that. Well, you know what? That's right. We have a 4H wagon already, don't we? I forgot about that. Forget it. We're going to get a new one. Let's get the big one here. I just realized that looking at the shop here, I was going to get a 4H wagon, and I seen this one here. It's like, oh, that's right. We have that one already. Forget it. Let's get the big one. Oh, well. I'll have to haul the small one back down to the store. We'll sell that sometime then. Given the size of this map, it seems like a more appropriately sized 4H wagon here. Adam was asking, is TeamSpeak free? Yes, it is. And like I said, I'm probably not doing a real good job of explaining it. Basically, if you want a TeamSpeak server, unless you host the server yourself, it is not free. But for anybody that is joining a server, it is free. So make sure you want to download the TeamSpeak client version. Go to www.teamspeak.com there, download the client. That will let you join TeamSpeak servers. And like I said, if you purchase a TeamSpeak server from a hosting provider, that is not free. You will have to more than likely pay for that. So hopefully I'm trying to be as clear as possible with that. But when you ask, is TeamSpeak free, it kind of goes both ways. It depends what you want to do with it, I guess. If you want a server, no, it is not free. However, if you are joining servers and you just have the TeamSpeak client, it is absolutely free. And by the way, if you want to join us on our TeamSpeak server here, play with a farming simulator on the multiplayer servers, you can find that information in any one of my multiplayer videos. I don't have that information in this video, just the multiplayer ones. Okay, and of course we're going to get GPS set up here. Let's set the width. We'll set it to, and this is just my little tip here. You set this to the same width as your mower. Now, if the mower was still out here, you could just copy from neighbor. Copy it from the mower. It seems how it's not. We'll set it to a 14 meter width there, which is what the mower was. And then the GPS here should line up perfectly with all the windrows, at least in theory anyway. John was saying Sandy Bay is a wonderful map, but I like the big fields. American Outback would be a better map. And there again, it all depends on personal preference. I know some people probably like the more smaller UK-style, European-style base maps. Given my preference, though, like I've said before, I prefer the larger, more open American style, if you want to call them that, maps. Or at least American style. I should probably clarify that, because we probably have all different types here. I know if you probably go more to the East Coast, it's probably going to have a little more of a UK feel to it, smaller fields, smaller farms, narrow roads. Whereas you head out to maybe more of the Midwest, you're definitely going to get the larger fields, more open. And at least where I live in Michigan, I would say it is much more open, bigger fields. Oh, wow. And we are full already. That did not take long at all. Okay. I was thinking, you know, we'd get a couple rows here, but I guess not. Let's, we'll feed this to the sheep here so the sheep aren't unhappy with us anymore, and then we'll wrap up the episode. And also, I kind of asked this on Sandy Bay as well, but I'll ask it on Hobbs Farm here as well. If there's anything anybody would like to see me do on this map, let me know. If there's anything in particular, you know, you want to see done, yeah, just leave a comment below, and we'll see if we can do it. Obviously, I've kind of got what I would like to do on the map, you know, in the back of my mind. But we can definitely try to incorporate any other ideas as well. There's all our bee houses there. Actually, you know what? Do I need to be in here, or do I need to be on the other side? I'm thinking I probably actually need to be in the front. We'll find out here. Go around the other way. Actually, you know what? We're going to feed the sheep as well, aren't we? Thinking cows. We'll do both. Hopefully there should be enough here, and I would think anyway. And yeah, we'll sell the silly mower there. Grass is not oh, wait. Right. I think the traws are backwards here, it seems like. There we go. Now, still 20,000 grass for the sheep there. Quite a bit. And then the cows. Now, if you're feeding the cows mixed rations, I don't think you have to give them grass. But seeing as how we don't have any mixed rations yet. Actually, just check that here. What do the cows all take here again? Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe you do have to give them grass yet. So this actually probably works out pretty good then. We'll still need straw. We'll need hay. We'll have to hay pretty quick here. We won't have it as part of mixed rations, though. Or actually, maybe we will, because we don't necessarily need... I don't think we need straw for mixed rations, do we? I guess we'll have to find out. Been a while since I made any mixed rations here in 17. So anyway, like that, we'll wrap up the video. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.